What is up, YouTube? It's Coffee on a Vid. Tapping back in, man, and this could be some serious trouble for legendary hip-hop duo Mobb Deep. R.I.P. Prodigy, but his estate and Havoc, who is still alive, of course, the other member of Mobb Deep, are being sued by this group and their label. This is a a hardcore punk group that also hails from Queens, known as Sick of It All. Now, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not familiar with this band. Tap in and comment and let me know if you're aware of them. You know who they are. They've been around for a grip, and that's what's crazy about this story, as it comes down to this dragon logo that Mobb Deep has used and in the lawsuit is being cited. Like, when you just look at it from surface level, it seems like, Mobb Deep and Supreme clothing brand Supreme put together this collection, a 2023 collaborative effort, a collection of shirts and hats and stuff like that. But as that's in the main part of the press release about the logo and the lawsuit for copyright infringement and unfair competition. But what's so crazy about this is this actually goes way back, as the punk group has been around since the 80s, and it seems they've been using the dragon logo from the jump. But Prodigy has actually spoke on this before in the group, and not just Mobb Deep as a group, but the infamous Mobb, other individuals who were a part of the clique and collaborated with Mobb Deep all seem to have this tattoo on their hands, as you can see on one of the different images that I shared in this video of an infamous Mobb album cover or single cover or whatever it is. You can see like two individuals dapping each other up, shaking hands, and some other cats with their hands in the pic as well. And they all have the tattoo of the dragon right there on their hand, kind of in between the thumb and index finger. And Prodigy back in 2011 spoke in an interview, again, R.I.P. to P. He said, basically, when I was 14 or 15, there was this tattoo parlor in Elmont of Hempstead Turnpike, and I had walked in there to get my first tattoo. There was this dragon on the wall, and I didn't know what it was. I just thought it looked ill. I was mad young, and I had always wanted something on my hand. I probably seen it on some of those LA gang movies like Colors. I thought it'd be cool. It'd look like some tough-ish. So I told the dude, put that on my hand. When me and Hav started Mobb Deep, we turned it into this ill click thing. We wanted to turn it into the logo for Mobb Deep, but then we got a cease and desist letter in the mail. It was like, yo, you're using our logo from Sick With It. Sick With It All's lawyer, Sick of It All's lawyer. And we was like, what the fuck? Dudes was like, P, where you get that? And I was like, that was just some random ish. We didn't even know. We was just young kids. So again, this logo, this dragon, and comment if you've seen this dragon logo before, on Mobb Deep's work or Sick of It All's work, or you've seen it other places, because it is familiar looking to me. It kind of reminds me of like a tribal type vibe, and of course a dragon as well. And Prodigy saying, yeah, I just was in the tattoo parlor, seen it on the wall. And if you go back and look, 1993, Drop a Gem on Them, which is a classic hit by Mobb Deep. It's right there on the inside of the single, like the liner notes. And it's just on a lot of their work. And Sick of It All has it all over their stuff as well, Did they create the dragon logo themselves? I don't know, but I definitely seen it before. But it's just so crazy. Again, when you see this lawsuit, you're like, oh, okay, it just seems like something that just jumped off. But they've been issuing Mobb Deep cease and desist orders since the 90s, as, again, they were using this in the 80s. And it's just so wild that this is just coming to court now. And the lawsuit is going on now all these years later. in 2023, and it's been used so many times by Mobb Deep. And now there's this clothing line that they put out again with Supreme where it's on there, and it's just like, how are they using this all these years? Why is the band just taking them to court now? As it definitely seems they did use it first, but did they own it? Did they copyright it themselves? It gets tricky when it comes to this kind of stuff in court. Did they trademark it for themselves? Did someone else own it? It's wild, but what could really be a shame about this, as I'm not even really knowing how it's going to work, if it's just specifically going to affect this lawsuit with the clothing brand, or it'll go back to the music that they used it on all them years ago. But what could really be a shame is Prodigy's estate, with him being passed away, his family, you know what I'm saying? Them, whoever exactly his estate is, I'm sure it's a relative family, I believe, because with some of his unreleased work, I believe there was some discussions before about his family being involved in stuff, like them having to possibly pay if there's a judgment or whatever. You know what I mean? Like Havoc, of course, is on the hook as well, but it's just a shame if they were to lose in a lawsuit, if the family would be affected at all. You feel me? But hopefully something can be worked out. It's pretty crazy. And again, it just blew my mind. Like, you just see this lawsuit, but then you look into this and you're like, damn, this has been going on since the 90s. And the whole infamous Mob had this tatted on them. And they're both from Queens as well, which was kind of crazy. Sick of it all and Mobb Deep. So tap in. What do y'all think about it? Sub up. It's coffee. And I'm gone, guys. Peace.